So what is Yoga Nidra? Most of you have done a Yoga Nidra practice, but some have not, and it's a great way to get started. So first of all, Yoga Nidra means yogic sleep. You don't actually have to fall asleep like some folks do. The point is, I'm not trying to make you go to sleep, but often that's what happens because you get very, very relaxed. But we try to still try to be completely alert with your mind. So we're not trying to put you into a trance or anything like that. So let's just start right there. It's very relaxing for your body. That's a great thing for beginners. And there's also very few periods of silence. Now, I say that, and of course, there are periods of silence in our Yoga Nidra meditation practice. It's during the counted down breath. And that's where we'll concentrate on one of four places in our bodies. Concentrate counting down from 27 down to 0 and pause while you mentally do that. I'll go into more detail when we get to that step. And again, as I mentioned, if you like these meditations, you'll find several of these up on Veterans Yoga Project YouTube and on SoundCloud. You'll also find them over on our Facebook account. You'll do a little search for Yoga Nidra if you want to hear some variety of links of Yoga Nidra practices. So this sequence is basically the same for the most part every time we teach it. So tonight, we're going to do some centering and breathing together. And then second, we'll set some intentions, but I like to call them themes. And there's 3 parts to that process. And, I'm going to walk you through every step. Third, we'll do what's called a rotation of consciousness. It's also called a body scan. You've probably heard it called a body scan, and that just means we pay attention to different places in our body. We'll kind of come out of the scan in reverse of how we go in, do some contrasts and opposites, come back to that theme, to the breath. I'll get you nice and grounded before we end the class. And you also have permission to not come back up on camera or on audio at the end of class. A lot of folks use this for getting right into getting ready for bed, getting ready for sleep. I will send a follow-up email in 2 to 3 days once I've processed the audio to where I can send that out to you. So if you're the kind of person that has challenges sleeping, trouble with anxiety, restlessness, concentration, or any of that type of PTS type of thing, these kinds of meditations, these guided practices, have been clinically proven to be really helpful. And you use that in conjunction with your therapy, your medications, your yoga classes, and all the self-help things that you're trying to do for yourself. So this is probably how I will sound throughout the Yoga Nidra practice. If you need to adjust your volume, please do so. And I'll probably start to talk a little bit slower. Maybe not, I don't know. So I invite you to lay down flat on the floor or on your bed or a couch, or if you need to, in a reclined chair. The principle is to get comfortable. So what I like to do is place something underneath the back of my knees, the bend of the knees, especially if I'm trying to lay flat. And then I have something at the back of my head and my shoulders. I'll also get a blanket because sometimes the powers that be in this room have really cold air conditioning. And I like to just take a lightweight sheet or a blanket and cover myself up. Now, when we become still, that can also have you feel chilly or cooled because you tend to calm down and settle into your meditation, and that'll lower your blood pressure and your heart rate, which that's not bad, but it can make you feel a little bit cool. And that can be just a tad bit agitating if you don't have something to cover yourself up. And I invite you to be still, but again, some of us that do a Yoga Nidra practice, this is kind of agitating for the body if you're not used to being still for 30 to 45 minutes at a time. So, you know what? It's okay. Move, get comfortable. If you feel, kind of you need to move around later on in the practice, you have permission to do so. Again, this is all about getting comfortable, relaxed. So first, before we completely close those eyes, I invite you to just look around in the room that you're in. Just take a second to notice all the different items in the room, the shapes, the colors, the textures. And then notice if you can hear anything besides the sound of my voice. It could be the air coming on, the heat or the air conditioning. It could be a car honking outside, maybe a lawnmower. I usually hear the train because it's about 4 blocks away. So when we live in these urban areas, we hear the street noise. Now, let's start to bring your awareness, instead of everything around you and outside of you, let's bring that awareness, that attention to your inner landscape. And here's where I invite you to close your eyes, slowly close your eyes. And again, if you have a little hand towel or a clean sock, you can cover your eyes softly. Or if you need to keep your eyes open, that's okay too. So let's notice where you feel contact with the surface beneath you. Maybe you can notice the texture of the floor. Let's identify those places in your body that are touching the floor where you feel that sensation of support there, or the surface that's supporting you tonight. Good. Now let's bring your attention to the places in your body that are moving as you are breathing. Don't change your breath in any way. Just notice, what does it feel like to breathe in? And what does it feel like to breathe out? So I'm doing what's called the Ujjayi breath, also affectionately known as the Darth Vader breath or the whisper breath. It's like you're constricting the back of your throat as you breathe in, bringing the air in through the nostril tips, down the back of the throat, and then constricting the back of the throat. It's kind of like if you had a little hand mirror and you're trying to fog the mirror, but you do that with your lips softly sealed. I like to just touch base on this type of breath. Sometimes we're in a spicy yoga posture, not tonight, but other times. And I ask folks to redirect their attention to the sound and the movement going in through the nose and out through the nose. So that will redirect your attention, especially if you're feeling maybe some extra sensation of maybe pain, or maybe one place in your body feels a little bit different than the other. So that's kind of like a redirection type of technique. We'll do now what's called an extended exhale breath. That's where we breathe in to a count of 4, and I'll do some soft clapping for that count of 4. We pause, and then we exhale, draw the belly button towards the spine for a count of 5, and I'll clap to a count of 5. This is something you can try. It also helps to lower that blood pressure, the heart rate. So this is a good one to try when you're getting your blood pressure taken. All right. So when you breathe in, we're going to expand the belly and the low ribs. So let's breathe in. And then slowly, slowly exhale. Always like to tell folks, if the breath weirds you out, Go back to your normal breath, whatever that is for you. Let's do that again, about 2 or 3 more times. Breathing in, belly big. And slowly, slowly out. One more time. Breathing in, belly and chest big. Slowly out. Good. Next, we'll set our intentions, our themes. And there's 3 parts to that, like I mentioned before. And I'll walk you through each part one at a time. The first is to bring to mind your heartfelt desire. Bring to mind what you truly want in life. It could be anything. Maybe you want to feel healthy or well. Maybe you wish to be a non-smoker, or maybe to feel peaceful. So whatever it is that you want for yourself, for your life, let's imagine as if it were already true. And then set that theme for this specific practice. So what do you wish to commit to? Maybe you want to stay awake. Maybe you want to ease into sleep. Again, whatever it is, against sense as if it were already true. So what would that feel like in your body and in your mind? Maybe it's something like, I am calm. I am peace. I am pain-free. So for me, my heart beats healthy. That's one that I like to do. Again, it's something you want for yourself in your life as if it were already true. And let's repeat that theme, that intention or resolve silently, mentally to ourselves 3 times. And I'll do a soft hand clap for about 10 counts as you do that. Again, silently to yourself 3 times. And I'll pause here for a moment. Good. And let's finally bring to our mind our inner resource. So the inner resource is like a sanctuary inside of your mind. It's a place maybe like a memory, or it could be a fantasy. So you don't have to really search your memory of somewhere or something, or maybe someone that makes you feel peaceful, safe, and well. Maybe it's a time in your life or a certain person or a pet. Maybe it's somewhere you've never been to, but a painting of a fantasy world. It has all your favorite features and colors and weather. Any of this will do. And at any point during class today, you can always return here. So it's not just something that happens just when I tell you about it. It's something that lives inside you that you can always use as a tool when you need to feel safe, peaceful, and well. Good. So for me, I imagine I'm on the Continental Divide in the state of Colorado. I've got my backpacking gear on me, and I'm looking out over the mountain horizon. So that to me is a content, safe, secure imagery for me. So again, anytime I want to feel safe and content and well, I call it up into my mind. Next, we will practice the body scan portion of class. And at any time, if your mind starts to wander or you don't hear my voice, or maybe thoughts keep popping into your head, it's best not to judge yourself. It's completely normal. It's just our brain doing what our brain is designed to do. So just acknowledge it, that it's happening, and gently guide your attention back to what we're doing. And you may have to do this a couple of times. So you know if it happened to the Dalai Lama, it's going to happen to us. And it's okay. So to begin the body scan, I'll name a place in our bodies. You'll imagine that place. You'll say it mentally to yourself, and you'll shift your inner awareness to that place in your body. Now, the body scan is great for reducing that earworm, that music, or that repetitive thought you might be having, or maybe you're worrying about something. So this kind of takes it out of the brain because you're bringing awareness and attention to the different places in our bodies. So again, I'll name something like a thumb. You'll say thumb, you'll think thumb, you'll bring all your attention to your thumb, and we'll swiftly move on to a different place in the body. All right. So let's bring all of our attention, all of our awareness to your right big toe. So you'll think right big toe, imagine it, shift your attention there. Again, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, right pinky toe. Let's bring your attention now to the bottom of your right foot, to the top of your right foot, bringing that attention to your right ankle, shin, kneecap, right upper leg, your right hip. Bring your attention to your right side of your waist, right side of your chest. Notice your shoulder, your armpit, that right upper arm, the elbow, the right lower arm. Notice your right wrist. And then bring your attention to the back of your right hand, the palm of your right hand. Bring your attention, your awareness to your right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, right pinky finger. And then let's become aware of the whole right side of your body. Together, as best as you can, let's notice all the sensations throughout the right side of your body, all at the same time. And just noticing if that feels difficult without judging yourself or trying to force it. Good. Let's let go of that. And now let's shift all of our attention, our awareness over into the left side of our body. Bring that attention to your left big toe. Again, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, left pinky toe. Bringing your awareness now to the bottom of your left foot, to the top of your left foot. Bring your attention to your left ankle, left shin, kneecap. Bring that attention to your left upper leg. Notice your left hip, the left side of your waist, the left side of your chest. Let's bring your attention to your left shoulder, the left armpit. Notice that left upper arm, elbow, left lower arm. Let's bring your attention to your left wrist, the back of your left hand, the palm of your left hand. And bring your attention to your left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, left pinky finger. Let's become aware of the whole left side of your body. Let's notice that together as best you can. Notice all the sensations on the left side of your body, all at the same time. Let's just notice if that's difficult without judging yourself or trying to force it. Good. Let go of that. Now let's bring your attention to the back of your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head, your forehead, the temples, the ears, cheeks, jaw, chin, lips, teeth, the tip of your nose, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the space between your eyebrows. As best you can notice that space between your eyebrows. Good. Let's let go of that. And then let's notice your whole body together as best you can. Sense anything you can detect throughout your whole body, all at the same time. Good. Let's let go of that. Let's now allow our awareness to begin to drift down to our navel center. This is where we're going to bring our attention to one of 4 places in our body. And we're going to count our breath. Starting from the number 27, we're going to count our breath downward with each breath, counting down towards 0. And then I'll stop you, and then we'll move on to the next place. After we do that at 4 different places in our body. So I invite you to start at the number 27 with each inhale and exhale, counting down. It'll be 27, 26, 25, so on and so forth. So when you're ready, with all of your attention at your navel center, I invite you to start counting, starting from the number 27, starting now. Good. I invite you to stop right there. Now let's shift our attention from our navel center to our heart center. And again, we're starting with the number 27. Inhale 27, exhale 27. Inhale 26, exhale 26, and so on and so forth. So when you're ready, your attention at your navel center, start counting, starting from the number 27 now. Good, good. You can stop right there. I invite you now from the heart center, move and shift your attention to your throat. Once again, starting at the number 27, which each breath counting down, starting at 27, starting now. Good. I invite you to stop right there. And now from your throat, let's move our attention to the tips of our nostrils, bringing all of your attention and awareness to the tips of your nostrils, starting to count your breath down, starting with the number 27, starting now. Good. I invite you to stop right there. From here, we'll move on to our contrasts and opposites. So I invite you to allow into your awareness any sensations of feeling very heavy and dense in your body. Let's just notice any sense of heaviness or denseness in your body. Just really very heavy and very dense. What does that heaviness feel like? Just feeling very heavy. And then I invite you to notice any sensation of feeling very light and buoyant in the body. Just feeling very weightless and buoyant. So what does that feeling of weightless feel like? Again, just feeling very light and buoyant. And then I invite you to come back to feeling very heavy and dense. Just noticing what it feels like to feel very heavy and weighted. And then come back to feeling very light and buoyant. Coming back to feeling very heavy and dense. And then back to feeling very light and buoyant. And lastly, I invite you to allow into your awareness all those sensations of feeling very dense and heavy, and feeling very light and buoyant all at the same time. Good. Next, I invite you to notice any sensations of feeling very warm in the body. Just noticing any sensations of that warmth or heat in the body. Just feeling warmth and heat. So, what does that warmth feel like? Just feeling very warm and heated. And then I invite you to notice any sensations of feeling cool or chilled in the body. Just noticing a sense of coolness. Noticing any sensations of feeling very cool in the body. And then I invite you to come back to feeling any sense of warmth or heat in the body. Feeling very, very warm. Then coming back to any sense of cool or coolness in the body. And then I invite you to see if you can allow into your awareness all those sensations of feeling very warm and very cool at the same time. Good. Just momentarily here, let's just bring your awareness back to your breath. We're not changing the breath in any way. Just notice what it feels like to relax here and breathe. Maybe it feels different than when we started class, and that's okay. Maybe it doesn't feel different, and that's okay too. And then just notice where you feel the most movement as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Good. Let's continue with our contrasts and opposites. Let's imagine the warm glow of light all around you. Not bright, but a glimmering glow of soft light. It's as if your body were surrounded by this warm and comforting energy. Now, imagine the light fading into darkness, cold, black, flat, dense darkness. The darkest night without stars or a moon. A dark room without windows. Maybe the darkness behind your closed eyelids. Let's now imagine feeling lethargic and tired from lack of sleep. Feel the achy tiredness in your bones, body, and brain when you just can't muster the strength for one more thing. Now, imagine feeling completely rested. You have enough energy to face each day with grace and ease. You have slept well and are electrically alive in each vibrating fiber of your being. Let's continue. Let's awaken the sensation of dryness in our bodies. Remember the feeling of dryness on the skin. Your clothes are dry. Your hair is dry. Your whole body is dry. Perhaps that feeling of dryness permeates into your body as a sensation of dehydration. The body is dry. The whole body is dry. Now, let's awaken the experience of moisture in the body. The experience of moisture and wetness. Let's imagine water on the fingertips. What would that feel like? Remember the feeling you have when you're in the bath, surrounded by water. Imagine the wetness moving into the body as a sensation of internal hydration. The body is wet, the whole body wet. Let's contrast blockage versus flow. So what happens when you feel blocked? Remember the last time you were stuck in traffic, when your sinuses were blocked by cold, or maybe your energy blocked by an injury. when maybe something happened that impeded your progress forward. So without dwelling on the details, let's focus on the sensation of either being physically or energetically or emotionally blocked. Now, how does it feel like to be in the flow? Imagine water flowing smoothly around rocks, that gentle feel of wind flowing through your hair, or maybe a time when you could easily take steps forward on your path and everything seemed to be in flow. Good. Let's contrast new versus familiar. Let's embody a feeling of newness. Do new things bring with them feelings of fear or of excitement? How often do you engage in new things, people, places, and projects? Feel newness. Now, let's embody a feeling of the familiar. Your common familiar surroundings, your belongings, friends, family, and those places you visit every week. Does the familiar feel safe to you or does it feel old? Feel familiarity. Let's now go back to feeling a bit grounded. So bring attention to the back places of your body. Once again, notice the places of your body that are in contact with the floor beneath you or that surface beneath you. Bring your attention to the front places of your body. And just notice how the sensations are different here in the places of your body that are not constricted by the pressure against the floor or the surface beneath you. Notice your breath, both in the back of your body and in the front of your body. Notice the right side. Notice the left side of your body. And once more, notice your whole body together. Good. Let's bring to mind once more that heartfelt desire, what you want in life. Bring to mind once more that inner resource, that memory or that fantasy that makes you feel grounded, content, and secure. Let's return our attention to our body. Once again, notice if your body feels different than when we started class. Notice your breath. And let's try 3 more of those extended exhale breaths. Remember, just to breathe in through the nose and fill your belly. And then when you exhale, let that sound come out as if you're fogging a mirror. So inhale, fill your belly. And then exhale, release a little bit slower. Inhaling again. And exhale. Let's inhale, make your belly the fullest today. And exhale. Good. Let's go back to that theme, that intention, or that resolution. Bring your awareness back to that theme that we set at the beginning of our practice today. Repeat it silently to yourselves 3 times, that theme. Let's begin. Good. Let's come back into the present moment, back into the now. So I invite you to start a little movement in your fingers and in your toes. Maybe move the knees from side to side. And try to remember the room that you're in, the objects, the textures, the colors. And then from here, if you want to bring your knees into your chest, or you want to drop one knee over to one side and then the other knee towards that knee, just to get a little bit of low back movement going, if that's all right with your body today. Or if you're seated today, you can lead with your shoulders and do shoulder circles. So again, I invite you to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. Now, if you have decided to go ahead and ease into slumber, you can stay where you are. And wherever you are with your movement, if you are moving, place your feet back down on the surface that's supporting you. Now I invite you to come up to a tall seated place. Roll over onto your favorite side. Push into the hand that's in front of you. Bring yourselves upright. So when we go from horizontal to vertical, sometimes there's this equilibrium shift. So to kind of lessen that, you would drop your hands into your chest and your chin towards your chest. And just breathe here for a moment. All right. You can either stack the hands or place the hands in that little prayer mudra into your sternum, into your heart center. And I invite you to drop your chin towards your chest in gratitude for you just showing up today. This will be our gratitude practice and then our conclusion of our Yoga Nidra practice. So with that slight nod of the head forward, bring that internal gaze right down to your heart center. And from that place, I invite you just to simply acknowledge to yourself one thing that you are grateful for today. Invite that to be into your heart space. Then we'll conclude our class today. You can bring that chin to look forward. So the light in me honors and respects the light in you. Let's take the strength, the peace, and the understanding, and that little attitude of gratitude, and let's pass it on. Namaste, which means the light in me honors and respects the light in you. This concludes our practice of Yoga Nidra.